special team player of the game.
Oh, that's the special teams player of the game shirt?
Yeah, it's a kickoff shirt.
Whew.
Elijah, we hear you're fast. 23 mile an hour.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm the fastest player on the team, but I'm up there. I would say like me, Denzel, Paris Campbell. We're all pretty fast guys, but yeah, Coach Meyer always talks about how fast I am on the field, but I just go out there and just run fast and do my job, basically.
Who is the fastest guy on the team?
Honestly, I don't know. If me, Denzel, Paris, we all need to race one day, or and Kendall Sheffield, top 4 I would say, but we don't know who's the fastest yet. We've never raced before.
But 23, you'd get ticketed in a school zone. You know that, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But
Elijah, how I don't know, surprised? What's the word you would use for how much you're really factoring into things now?
You said the word I would use.
It's okay.
It's honestly a blessing. That's what I would say. Like, I knew coming into the program, I didn't think I would make such an impact. Over the years, I just kept developing and doing everything I could for the team. And eventually, Coach Meyer gave me my shot to, make something happen on the field. And then just like Coach Meyer says, if you're doing something for the team, enhance it. I'm gonna just keep doing that for the team. So,
can you talk about just the trepidation, the whatever that you had just even coming out for the team in the first place a few years ago?
So yeah, I walked on, I think the year after they won the national championship in spring, and I was at home watching the national championship, and I played football back in high school, and I was like, wow, I really missed that feeling of being on the field. So right after they won the national championship, I started training, and I think walk-on tryouts were that February, so I probably trained maybe a couple weeks. And I mean, I knew I was pretty athletic at the time, so I was like, I'm just gonna go out and see if I can make the team. And I came out, and I think like 40 people tried out, and they took 4 of us. And I was like, this is really a dream. It's a blessing come through. I mean, it's a blessing, honestly. And like, from looking back now to where I would never expect to be at this point where I'm at in my career as a football player at Ohio State.
Can you describe your position on the kickoff coverage team? Go ahead. Start there.
Basically, so I'm a 5. So we have a 5 and a 6, and my main job is to compress, contain the ball. So our kickoff scheme is we kick the ball on the to the boundary basically, and I'm compressing. I'm taking all the air out of it and trying to get to the man as fast as possible. And then Austin Mack, who's a 6, he makes me whole. So I basically can do what I want. So I can fit into the hole, like go as fast as possible and make tackles, or I can kind of contain it and be outside of everybody. But Austin makes me out, so if I go outside, he comes in. If I go in, or if I go out, he comes in.
So Urban was talking about like the guys who played that position, Tyvis and Gary and Denzel. What do you need to be? What is Urban looking for? We know how important special teams are to him. What's he looking for in that 5?
In a 5, somebody who's fearless, who's fast, basically. Like, and that's why he always raves about my speed and wants me to be the best 5. Is because you need a fast guy who's fearless, who will run down the field and do his job and won't think, just compress, contain. Basically, that's it.
How many times have you been knocked, cattywampus, running down the field, or do you avoid it pretty much?
Well, who's cattywampus?
Well, meaning flipped over. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, how many times have you been knocked silly, so to speak, running down the field?
Oh, knocked silly?
Yeah.
Me by another individual?
Yeah.
Never. I avoid all blocks at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just run fast and avoid blocks.
What is the key? What is the secret to doing that?
The secret is don't think and just go. Yeah, you make split decisions like that immediately. Like on the field, we're always training kickoff coverages and spill, stack, and strain, and backdoor opponents. These are like keywords that they tell us to do to opponents like within a split second without thinking. Yeah. And like backdoor man or stack and beat them with speed. Those are like keywords that are triggering in my head as I'm running down the field and what I need to do to my opponent.
You're from North Carolina. Why did you even come to Ohio State in the first place?
So I'm technically from North Carolina. So I have family here in Columbus, but I spent 8 years in North Carolina, like middle school and high school, and my first year, or 5th year of elementary school. So I claim North Carolina as my home because all my friends and everything are there. And my mom and parents moved to Texas, so I don't have any real family in North Carolina anymore. But my friends and whatnot who I connected with are still back there. So I still have a lot of people that are meaningful to me, but I don't have any family there. A lot of my family lives here, actually, in Columbus, Ohio.
Elijah, we had Johnny and Paris and KJ over there, and I asked them who the fastest receiver in the room was.
Yeah.
And KJ and Johnny said probably you, and which forced Paris to walk off. What's his problem?
Paris is fast. I mean, honestly, y'all saw him the first game against Indiana, and that speed, he's ridiculously fast. Like I said, he's top 4 with me, Paris, Denzel, and Kendall. So,
has there ever been a race? Is there ever a race that decides it?
There has not. No, not us 4 racing all together. There has not been a race. I'm sure at the end of the season we'll do that.
Yeah.
You know, when they're training for the next level. But as of now, we don't know.
Elijah, you know, there's been a move in the last several years to eventually, they think, do away with the actual play, the kickoff play.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? I mean, how would it change football? Obviously, it would change opportunities for guys like you, but how would it change football?
It would definitely make the sport safer. I would definitely say, because kickoff is definitely a dangerous part of the game, because you have guys running full speed, and you have other people running full speed, and they're just collisioning. You have like 50 yards of momentum and 2 guys running full speed into each other. It would basically make the game more safe, but people like me who would get their shot at kickoff and whatnot, they wouldn't exist basically. But I mean, in the end, it makes the sport safer. But yeah.
Elijah, you said that you need to be fearless to do that 5. Are you naturally fearless, or did you have to make yourself fearless to do this job?
I low-key had to make myself fearless, because I remember the first time I got in against Rutgers, my first year on the team. I mean, it might have just been my first game jitters, but I was definitely not fearless. I ran down thinking about everything too much. I felt like I was fast, but when I went back and watched myself on the film, I definitely wasn't fast. But as the years progressed, I trained myself to, you just can't think, you just gotta go. You just gotta make those decisions.
Sorry, is that something that you ran in high school, like kickoff returns?
No, I didn't. I was a safety in high school, but I ran track. I did track and field.
Okay.
I was
Okay, so this is something that Urban really focuses on,
Yeah.
and it's a very unique approach. How long did it take for you to kind of get it, and how much of a transition was it for you learning this process?
So the first year I was actually at the left missile position. So basically my job was to just spill the ball, basically meaning I was gonna run in there, throw my stuff in there, and have the ball bounce out to our 1, who was Eric Smith. As the season progressed, my first year they eventually moved me to 5. And I didn't really understand the concept at the time, so I didn't and that was towards the end of the year, so I really wasn't too good. Last year they put me at the 5 for most of the season, and I was decent at it. I ran fast, but I still didn't have a complete understanding of the job. But this year, watching film and talking to Coach Shai, who's been a great help, I feel like I have a full understanding of what the job and the concept.
I know you're also on the kickoff return unit. I've seen you on the punt and punt return units as well. What are your positions on each of those units?
Kickoff return, I am the left tackle. Punt block, I am the R3 or L3. It depends on what we're doing that week. And then punt, I'm a gunner.
What do you think are common qualities you have that, I'm sure all of those roles are pretty different, whatever common qualities you have that enables you to succeed in each of those different roles?
So I would say kickoff and punt, me being fast and getting down in the field and being explosive and getting to the returner and stopping the vertical returner or making the fair catch. In regards to, but also with punt block too. They want fast guys who can block the punt, but I can also block pretty well. So that's what they have me on KOR and punt block, because you got to be able to.
What's your week like in terms of, you're a receiver, but you're playing only on special teams right now. Is the way you practice during a week, is it different than what it might be for a receiver who's playing mostly on offense?
So I'm a receiver, like you said, and I specialize in special teams, so I might put a little more extra work in doing special teams than my receiver play. So it's not too much of a difference between somebody who's a full-time receiver like Austin or Paris or somebody, but I just add a little more emphasis to my special teams approach and working my technique and whatnot.
Is this your first year on scholarship?
Yeah, this is my first year.
What was it like when you got your scholarship?
Without my scholarship?
What was it like when you got it?
Oh, when I got it, it felt like a dream, honestly. When he said he was giving me a scholarship that day, it took me literally a whole minute to just recognize or kind of take it all in. I'm like, wow, you just said I'm getting a scholarship, and it felt so surreal, and it's a blessing. I just got to thank the man upstairs.
He said when we asked you about him, Urban said that, I think what he said, he was a good investment. Is that the phrase he used? What do you think that they gave you a scholarship and that was a good investment for Ohio State? How's that make you feel?
Feels like I'm important. I play a critical role in this program, and I take that with pride, and I'm going to strive with it, doing everything I can and what I can for this team.
for you to have the career that you have? What does it mean to you?
It's astonishing. I would definitely say I do everything I can for my family. You know, I just want to make them proud and my future children proud, and because I have a name on my back, I got to represent it.
You want to be a pharmacist?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I plan on going to pharmacy school here. So.
And you're senior?
I'm a senior. I graduate in December.
You'll graduate this coming December?
Yes, sir.
And Elijah, you've been working at a pharmacist for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been at CVS Pharmacy for going on 4 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Where? Still doing that during the season?
It's,
Hilliard, right?
Yeah, Hilliard. Yeah. I work Mondays and Tuesdays.
Which one in Hilliard?
Yeah, we both live
Off
in
of Fishinger? On Park Mill Run.
I'll have to drop in there.
So you have time to be a student, a football player, and then have that job?
Yes. This year has been easier because I'm only taking a few classes, and then with the scholarship it helps financially. So I only work Mondays and Tuesdays during the season. But I mean, I've developed a pretty good plan of managing my time.
Do you have to basically go straight from practice right to work on Mondays and Tuesdays?
I go from work straight to practice, so it's vice versa.
Less sweaty though.
Yeah.
Monday we're off. So. Elijah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Elijah.
Appreciate it.